Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Nate. This is my video kind of explaining why funded accounts are better. I know there's a lot of chatter. A lot of people are starting to fund their live accounts, and ultimately, I'm just gonna explain why. Even if you're a beginner trader, if you're an experienced trader, funded accounts and trading through prop firms is very lucrative and it helps protect your downside risk. And I'm going to explain what I mean by that. So, with a live account, right? Let's say you fund let's say you fund your live account with 10k, right? With 10k, you can leverage, we can actually check right now, AMP, you can have access to 10,000 or 10 NQ lots and around 25 ES lots. So 10k live account, AMP 10k live account. What are you ultimately risking with the account? Your risk 10k, and I'll explain what I mean by that, like why the whole account is at risk, right? So you're risking 10k leverage. You can trade 10 NQ or what did I say? 25 ES. Okay, now let's go to a funded account, right? So let's do my funded futures. Let's do a, how many contracts? Let's do a core plan, right? My funded futures, core plan. You're risking, what are you risking with the funded account, right? Well, you risk the initial cost, so it's going to be $77. Risk $77. What is the leverage? Essentially, how many contracts do you have access to? With my funded futures, there's a scaling plan, but ultimately, you're going to have access to 3 contracts. So you can trade 3 NQ, 3 ES, 3 GC. You can trade whatever. 3 contracts in general. And the same applies to AMP. You have to calculate your margin requirement. So you have to do 10k divided by the margin requirement, and then you'll get how many contracts you can trade. So with this, you're risking $77 to trade 3 NQ. And let's get a calculator out. Let's see the multiplier on this. So 77 divided by 3. This is how much you're paying for each contract, essentially. If this is one way to think about it. $25 to access 3 contracts on NQ. $26. With a live account, you need to fund it with 10k, and this is essentially how much you need. This is the margin requirement. This is the risk you're putting in order to trade 10 NQ. And what I mean by you're risking the whole account, even though obviously you're not going to full port the trade, right? You're not going to be risking the whole account on the trade, but inherently you are. So I don't know if you guys remember. Let's skip to on NQ. Let's go to the charts. Earlier this year, right? Earlier this year, I think it was in April 9th. I'm not sure if you guys remember this day, but let's just watch the chart play out. And let's see. Okay. Right here. So let's say you were in, God forbid, you were in some shorts here. And this was around the time that Trump was doing the tariff war. And so essentially what happened at 1:15, Trump announced the 90-day pause on tariffs and said it was a great time to buy the stock market, right? And from the lows, NASDAQ ripped like 2,000 points, as you can see here. And let's say you were in a trade right here. Let's do the 1 minute. Let's say down here you were in shorts. I'm not trying to like say that there was a trade there, but this could be anyone. You could be in a what you think is a good trade, and then some black swan event like news scandal like this let's say you were in, I don't know, let's say you were in two minis short, and on a live account, you would ultimately lose whatever. You would lose 4,000 times 6. You would be down 24K. So with a live account, you would have blown your account. Now with a futures account, a funded futures account, you would have blown your account as well. You would have killed the account because there's slippage. Even though you have a stop in place, let's say you have a 20-point stop in place, if there's 1,000-point nuke on any market, no one is gonna fill your order. It's just your order is gonna get filled somewhere much higher, and you're gonna have a stop that's you're gonna lose more than you intended. However, the benefit of the funded futures account is that ultimately what you put in, that risk in the beginning, right, is $77. I would rather blow 5 funded accounts than risk, I don't know, 10K of my own capital and get caught in this, because I'm going to be losing more money, right? With the funded futures account, you can build it back. With a live account, you literally you're cooking yourself. So for me, it's a no-brainer, and I hope you guys like understand that. And I wouldn't want to move to live and be risking like 10 minis, 5 minis. That's just way too much, because in the event that this happens, and this probably will happen, like this probably will happen again. It's not like a once in a lifetime type of event. The market is random. It's irrational, and it is likely that a candle like this could happen again, and God forbid I'm trading a live account, I would lose all my money, even though I have my stops in place. And yeah, that's pretty much the video. I'm just explaining the benefits of funded futures account. If you guys are looking to trade with a live account, I would really only do it with small size. Even though there's like the tax benefits of like the long term versus short term for futures trading, ultimately it makes more sense. It's just a no-brainer, guys, to risk maybe $100 to get access to 3 contracts versus on NQ you have to have 3,000 in your portfolio to trade 3 contracts. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, leave them down below, and make sure you subscribe.